Previously on Mustang Lifestyle, we picked up a customer's 2020 GT500 with very low miles, and we put pretty much every bolt-on imaginable on it.
Another
9.5.
Oh, we got 9.5.
There we go.
It went 1.5.
Did it do?
It went 1.57.
He did a little bit of a better burnout there.
Nice. All right, guys, we are going to be bringing the 2020 to get tinted today. We'll start with a cold start. Alright, so we just made it over to Mitchell's Tinting. We are gonna go get 5% on the 2020. It's gonna look awesome. Fortunately, we don't have the front Bogarts on it right now, but once those are all on, it will look awesome. So, Mitch is gonna get the 2020 pulled in here, 5% tint. It's gonna look awesome. Yeah, right now it's got the fishbowl going, so we definitely need to fix that.
I didn't want to do it too much.
All right, 5%. It is looking pretty good. Yeah, we can't be having that fish bowl. So much better. People won't be able to see in while driving. Mitch did an awesome job. Thank you, Mitch.
No problem. What's up, guys? Again.
If you ever need any tint, Mitch, he's here in Daytona. He does all our cars, all our friends' cars, and everything in between. So if you guys want his info, I'll leave it down in the description. But we're probably gonna go do the other mods to the car with the aux idler a little bit later, and you guys will see that in a sec. All right, so you saw the car just got tinted. It looks awesome. The window's down right now, but the 5% tint looks awesome. We are gonna finish up the final stages of mods. It did take a little longer with the 2020 GT500. You know, right now, it's so hard to get parts right now, but we were able to get the ice tank, the EMP pump. We also have an SPE aux idler. We're gonna re-dyno this car because we thought we were getting a little bit of belt slip, and may even see the track here soon. We're hoping to see some power gains on the dyno and hopefully some track gains as well. This car's already been a 9.5 and consistent 9.6s. So we're hoping to see this get put into the low 9s full weight, and maybe even an 8 if some weight is pulled out of it. And we have the ice tank just kind of set in there in place. We got our plug and play EMP pump harness from Race Car Services. He's now doing these for S552 and 2020 GT500. We also have an SPE aux idler, which is also right here. This is going to hopefully fix that belt slip issue that we're having, give a little bit better wrap around the pulley. And then there's also a 2.4 pulley right there. So I'm very excited to get all this stuff in here, and hopefully it'll be helping with some heat soak, as well as put some weight over the rear tire, and it should do really well. So I'm very excited to see this get finished up, and it should be fun.
Just to recap, so I went ahead and wired in the switch for the ice tank right in here, so it'll have an on position, auto, and ran all the power wires through here up into the battery. And then Chris went ahead and got the ice tank mounted, and some of the hoses ran so far, got the pump mounted as well. So we're moving along, but you can see the pump switch will be right there, and it's got the label for auto, off, and on. So that came out pretty good. Definitely a pain in the butt to get in there, but it worked out. So just to verify that it's working, we put some distilled water in the tank.
Takes 6 seconds.
She's off. Yeah, that's a big pump. So, got the lines ran. So you gotta, this is your feed right here. And this is the return that goes into the heat exchanger, and then it goes right back all the way to the pump, which are the lines we ran through here.
We're over at Palm Beach Dyno. We got the 2020 GT500 strapped down behind us. We're gonna see what it lays down. E85 1 ethanol R, 2.6 pulley, 20% lower. Should be fun. Let's see what it does.
$972, $799 at 7,500.
Alright guys, so we just finished up the dyno on the 2020 GT500. It did make a little bit less power than we were expecting. However, I do think there's a few different factors going into there, and there's also a theory that we can go ahead and put out there that pretty much confirms it with this car. So we made 1,008 horsepower on Real Street's dyno, and we made a little bit less here. I think it was like 976. Not too big of a deal. That's pretty much the same number. Two different dynos, two different weather condition days, super hot, super humid. So I wouldn't be concerned about there. If I would basically just say that they're the same. Tune-up was the same, so I wouldn't be too concerned with that. Now, on the flip side, we don't see 1,050 or 1,100 wheel horsepower, which is what we've seen from a lot of these 2020 GT500s with very similar mods, but a different blower. What I would like to compare this number directly to is Steven Nestor's iconic Shelby. He ran an 899 or 896 at 154. We'll go ahead and play that clip now. You guys can also check out his YouTube channel. He has a lot of videos on his 2020 GT500. He also puts on the Slipstream racing events as well. Hopefully I can make it up to one of those as well. But definitely go check out his channel. But he actually dynoed his car at Palm Beach Dyno. His car made just a hair more, like 986 I believe. I have a layover graph. The curve looks identical. And what's interesting is when we dynoed this car before, I was thinking the car was getting some belt slip because it was losing some boost on the top end. And Ken's testing has shown that these cars typically make power up to about 8,500 with the Joker's ported blower. We of course went with the 1320Junkie blower on this one. The last GT500 we did a Joker's. We decided just to try something different with this car, and it seems like it worked out pretty well. Now you might be saying, well, why is this car making 100 horsepower less? If you do lay this graph over a Joker's ported blower car, it pretty much makes more power all the way down low, and then that Joker's ported blower intersects it right at about 7,800 or so, and then starts peaking a little bit higher. So really your decision on these two different blowers is going to be where do you want your power. The Joker's blower are obviously making some really good power up to 8,500 or so, which Ken has shown on his car, and Ken's car is extremely fast. I think he's gone down to a 9.0 or 9.1. Steven has this blower, makes the identical power, and they also make quite a bit more torque than the standard car. We did see a little bit less torque on this tune-up, but that could be different factors depending on when they laid into it, and obviously the heat and everything else. We did put an ice tank on this car, but the heat, humidity is really not going to help anything there. The ice tank's really for the track, so you can ice it down real quick and get those IT2s down super quick. When the car's sitting there on the dyno for a while, it has plenty of time to cool down, and it's pretty much going to get the coldest it can get. So Steven's time and dyno numbers are extremely similar to this car. Steven only took out, I believe, his passenger seat on this pass, so his car was pretty much still full weight. So I'm definitely interested, and it does kind of confirm our theory that the 1320Junkie blower makes a lot of low-end power and a lot of torque, and more than a Joker's car, Joker's ported blower. Now, which one is better? I don't really know. If you want a higher horsepower dyno number, Joker's for sure. It will definitely make more horsepower on the dyno. This customer in particular was very confused as to why this car is not making the same power as those. It's just the way the port is, the port design, and where they're taking material out. It's really going to affect that top end. So I just wanted to interject and add this into the video and kind of explain and maybe help you guys decide which blower you want. As of right now, Steven is the second fastest 2020 GT500 in the world with an 899. That may change soon when Ken gets his car out. Ken's making insane power with his car, but currently that is the fastest one. It's also the best 60-foot with a 140. Jason at 1320Junkie thinks and contributes that to the higher torque reading. We've seen 876 wheel torque on this car. Steven's car also dynoed with some really good torque as well. So I hope that kind of fills you guys in as to why this car is not making big 4-digit horsepower. Made 1,008 before, but it's not making 1,050. It's not making 1,100. We also looked into possibly swapping the 2.4 20% lower on it, but it's actually seeing 23 pounds of boost down low. So there's really no point in slamming 25 pounds of boost into this thing down low. It would probably make 1,000, but that's a lot of boost on a stock bottom end. And I think this setup has more than enough to go low 9s, probably high 8s, comparing it to Steven's setup. So I hope that fills you guys in. If you have any other questions on these two blowers, I'm not saying one's better than the other, but it does seem like this car would be an insanely nasty roll race setup, especially because it's kind of a little bit of sleeper. You tell someone that dyno number, it's not 1,100 horsepower, but this car would get down like an 1,100 horsepower car because it's making so much more power down low. Not saying one's better than the other. Jokers is definitely going to make more horsepower on the dyno. It's going to make that power all the way up to 8,500. The port design on Jokers is fantastic. CNC ported. 1320Junkie also does a fantastic job in this blower. Looks good, and I think it's going to perform really well. I don't know if we'll get the fill in on if it goes fast or not from the customer, because he kind of wants to keep that a little bit of a secret. But anyways, we'll jump back to the video. So that just about wraps up everything on the 2020 GT500. It looks so good on the Bogarts. I definitely want to get a set of these for the 350R. 18x11 rears, 20x5 fronts. Look killer. If you guys want to set Nate at Bogart, I'll put his email in the description. Car is done. 1320Junkie blower, long tube headers, Palm Beach Dyno tune, E85 fuel system, ID 1700 injectors, ice tank, aux idler from SVE, SP pulley stuff, Whipple intercooler, probably forgetting some other mods, but Boral attack catback. This thing is done, ready to go. I am very excited to have some extra garage space. Hopefully the owner will be getting this down into the low 9s, high 8s. He might, you know, turn it up a little bit more from there, but we are going to get it loaded in the trailer and drop it off tomorrow. So I am very excited to say goodbye to this and hello to the other projects that I need to get finished up. So we'll check in with you guys later. All right, guys, we are in Tennessee. We are delivering the 2020 GT500 to Tennessee. I've been driving all day, left 7 a.m. this morning, currently 5:55 local time, my time 6:55. So yeah, right about 12 hours in the truck driving. But we're gonna be dropping off the 2020 GT500. I have been literally driving all over the place and working so hard on things behind the scenes. That's why the videos have been scattered. If you guys want to support the channel, bullet giveaway is still going on. We're gonna be dropping new shirts. We're gonna be shipping shirts. We've been waiting for this big stocking order to come in. Like I said, everything has been so difficult for me lately, and everything's just been so complicated. So anyways, this car is getting delivered to the customer. Probably going to be the last of builds like this for a while. I'm just going to focus on my own cars, and with everything going on, doing customer cars and my own cars is just too complicated. But we'll get into that a little bit later. I got some other business plans that I think I want to try and focus on as well. So we're going to continue on to our destination about another 20 minutes, and then we should be good to go. All right, here's the GT500 delivered and ready to go. Alright guys, so we did get back from the long drive. It was a long drive indeed, but the 2020 GT500 is back with the owner. Hopefully he has fun with it and runs cool time. That would be awesome. That about wraps it up. I have learned a lot from this build. I'm not going to get into specifics, but as of right this second, I don't think I want to get into too much more customer builds. It just takes up a lot of time, a lot of parts, a lot of stress. It's not my car, and I'm responsible for it, and especially these very expensive cars. That's pretty much nearly a $100,000 car to be responsible for. Always worried about keeping it inside, kicking my cars out. Just that car is priority number one, and it's just not exactly what I want to get into right now, and especially with the part shortage, everything takes so long to do, and as of right now, we're going to be taking a hold on that, and probably only taking on little things, or maybe not at all. But we are still going to be selling parts. I'm also working on another business. If you guys want to check out the new business page, I'm really excited about it. I'll have a link down in the description. It is Freedom Parts Outlet. We're going to be selling pretty much Coyote dropout engine trans, as well as some other different combos, maybe some 7.3s, you know, different Coyote setups. setups and different Ford setups, and eventually pretty much all of the main performance brands. We're not going to stick to only Ford, although I'm going to stick to what I know. So definitely go check that out. We are parting out a 2000 GT with a 4-valve swap D1 SE Pro Charger kit. Going to be selling that car. Has a TKO 600, a lot of stuff, fuel system. We are going to be parting out that car, probably selling it as a roller if we can keep it complete, or we'll completely part it out. Anyways, make sure you hit the like button down below, comment, let us know what you think, and we'll see you guys in the next one.